Hi, I'm Jan Richardson. We're going to be reading the book Cat People, Dog People, and Gecko People. Pause the video if you need to get your book. What about you? Are you a cat person, a dog person, or a gecko person? There are different personalities that match different kinds of pets. And that's what we're going to be reading about today. Before you read, let's look through the book and maybe discover some new vocabulary. Turn to page 2 and 3. On page 3, you'll find a word in bold print, stereotypes. Put your finger under it. Notice that words that are in bold print can be found in the back of the glossary. So if you don't know what a stereotype is, use your glossary. On pages 4 and 5, you're going to be seeing other types of pets. Turn to page 6 and 7. In this chapter, you're going to be reading about exotic pets. Find the word exotic on page 6. An exotic means, well, why don't you go to the glossary and find out. Unique and different. See, some people don't have a cat or a dog. They might have a hedgehog or a squirrel. Turn the page. Take a look at the photographs. On page 8, I want you to find the word eccentric. It looks like this. Eccentric also means odd and maybe a little different. You're going to read to find out how some people like a pet that's a little different, a little eccentric. Do you know someone who's a little different or eccentric? Can you use that word in a sentence? Turn to the page 10. You'll notice another bold-faced word on this page, potential. And potential means to reach whatever's possible for you. For example, you have the potential to be anybody you want. You can be the President of the United States, a teacher, a fireman. You have the potential to do anything. It's possible. In this book, they talk about how personalities can predict potential pet preferences, but sometimes people don't always choose those preferences. People are different. Turn the page. Go to page 15. There's a word on this page that's a little tricky. You probably have heard this word before, but you might not recognize it when you see it. In this word, the P is silent. When you see a P and a S together, it's going to be silent. And the CH is pronounced like a K. This is the word psychologist. Find it in your book. Run your finger under it as you say psychologist. And you probably know a psychologist or somebody who is in your school that is a psychologist. Now, as you read today, you're going to be doing yellow questions. This means that after every page or two, you'll stop and you'll ask your parent a yellow question, or your parent might ask you a yellow question. And a yellow question is a question that asks you to compare two things. How are cats and dogs different? It might ask you to talk about how something is similar, or you might ask your parents a question that starts with what caused, or what are the examples of. So as you read, stop and either ask a question or have your parent or sibling ask you a question to answer. Pause the video and come back when you're ready. Welcome back. You probably asked questions as you were reading, but I just have a few questions for you to talk about with your mom or dad or perhaps your sibling. So pause the video after each question and discuss it. What are some personalities that match a dog person or a cat person? What are some exceptions to a personality match? Why do some pets end up in shelters? I'd like to show you something about the word potential. Let's make that word. P-O, 10. And now we need shul. It doesn't have an SH though. It's T-I-A-L. Say the word potential. And remember, that means what's possible. You have the potential to be anybody you want. You can be President of the United States, a teacher, a fireman, a doctor. That's your potential. And in this word, the TI says shh, just like in these other words. See if you can read this word. Partial. How about this word? Portion. And in every case, the TI says shh.